Hey guys, how's it going? We're still on the road. This morning we're in our hotel room. Everyone's watching sharks on TV, having a good time. Today we had something really fun planned. It was going to be very cool. I'm not going to spoil it because we're still going to do it. But last night, within 5 minutes of checking into our hotel room, we had a really big accident. So our plans have changed a little bit. We're basically just going to be taking it easy today. And we wanted to let you know why we've not been uploading and everything. It's been kind of crazy this past week for us. But we've been spending time with close family. We saw my grandma, and she's going to turn 99 soon. So we saw her. We saw both of my brothers and their kids. And yeah, so we're going to give you an update now on what happened last night.
What happened?
I hit my eye on a corner. I think it's going to be perfect because these doctors are pretty good and they said that they might glue it, and gluing isn't that bad.
Yeah.
So gluing might
We
not
said
leave
we were
the
going to
scar.
get a really good doctor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was worried the doctor wouldn't be good. Last night we were walking down this hall. It was about 3 in the morning, and we came in our room. We had all of our luggage and a bunch of stuff with us, and everybody was pretty much standing right here. I was around the corner, and Matt was picking up suitcases and moving all the stuff around. Uh-oh.
Baby got locked in.
Did Owen run out after me? Oh, Owen. At least he went to the door and knocked. So, Chris bent down to get out of the way. He like flipped backwards really fast and hit his, what I think he did was I think he hit his cheek followed by his forehead on this corner right here.
Because this year's learning suitcases, I'm going to give space to that. He did that and hit my eye really hard.
And it was really bad. I mean, I think there's still, some blood on right there. So yeah, it was very messy. I mean, it was, head stuff with the head is always really bad anyway. But the good news is he didn't have to get stitches, even though it was deep and wide. I mean, this corner is very sharp. The doctor was a really nice grandpa, and he did a big super glue. I think it goes this way. It's pretty big. He's gonna not be able to get it wet for 5 days, and then the super glue will come off. But I mean, it was pretty bad. Oh, they had a nice pediatric center though, which was nice because a lot of the times the kids are mixed with the adults. So Chris got the whole entire ward to himself because he was on the pediatric side. That was good, right? And then my brother came, who's a police officer, and he was there, right?
And he had his badge in his pocket because he's a police officer, and I got to see it. And when I was playing with Uncle Michael's badge, it was like this big and it was made of gold. Whoa, you have gold? Really? Yeah. Cool.
Pretty lucky, huh? Chris got to hold it. It was heavy, huh? It was pretty solid. He was showing Chris's badge, and we were looking at all the little designs on the badge to pass the time.
That was cool.
And then what did we watch on TV?
Oh yeah, a bike show where they do like bike races, but one at a time who could do the best stuff, and all of them, like one guy felt like that, and then he like twisted his wrist and broke it.
I don't know if he broke it, but yeah.
He might-
all of the bikers were falling.
A different one, a guy was in the air and he like fell on his face.
Yeah. So we watched some TV, and then they just numbed it and glued it, and it looks pretty good today. It's a little bit swollen today, but especially right here.
Yeah.
But poor
But
Chris.
this is the main part.
Yeah. I think the one who was also the next saddest was Michael. Huh?
Yeah.
Were you sad yesterday?
He was crying too.
Yeah. He was a little bit feeling really sympathetic, huh?
I think we all fell asleep around like 4 a.m.
Yeah. We didn't get home till 4.
That's why we couldn't get up this morning and do our thing together.
Yeah, we had something really cool planned. We've had like no voice because I've been up all night, but we had something so cool planned. We've been planning on doing it for over 2 months, what we were going to do today. So it was going to be really good, but we just messaged them. Yeah, we're still going to do it.
It'll be up.
Yes, we messaged them at like 4 in the morning. I'm like, I am so sorry, but My son just got back from the ER, and I don't think we're gonna be able to get up early enough to meet you guys like we were going to. So it'll work out though. Yeah. And how are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Not too bad?
It doesn't hurt if I just keep my eye normally open and then I could just move. But if I put it really wide, it kind of hurts. But
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, so.
He's not gonna open his eye really wide. And we're gonna talk to the hotel because this is really sharp. It's hard to tell. You can see right there on the top edge how pointed that is.
And this is a new hotel. And they
Yeah.
put all this quartz in. And
It's just a really sharp corner.
it's hard and it's sharp.
He's not going to be the first kid to bump his head there, I don't think. So, and the hotel was nice though. They brought us extra towels, and they said that maybe we can get some help paying for the bills because I think that it's going to be expensive because we're not in our home state, and our insurance we pay out of pocket, so it's expensive. Some of you guys are probably wondering how we worked it out yesterday and where all the other kids were when I was with Chris and all that. So we've been hanging out with my brother and his wife and their kids, and we, like I said, barely checked in the hotel. We weren't even here for more than 5 minutes, if that, when this happened. So my brother was probably still awake, I was hoping. So I called him and he was, and he raced to the hospital. He actually navigated through my phone to me better than the navigation how to get to the hospital because he's a policeman here. He knows this place like the back of his hand. He knows the codes to get into the hospital doors. So when he got there, he just let himself in to go see us. But anyway, he came there and stayed with me, and then Matt took all the kids home, and then my brother dropped myself and Chris back off afterwards. So I was really glad to have family in town. I mean, that was convenient and lucky for us because otherwise we would have had all of us sitting there because I didn't want to drive by myself with just Chris, and the kids were all scared and they didn't want to just see their brother running out the door. So everyone jumped in the car. I'm just still really glad they did use super glue because it wasn't traumatic at all. Chris said there wasn't any pain involved. It was just quick, easy, done. I mean, I'm really, really glad.
And the gluing should not leave as much of a scar.
Yes, the doctor actually said that stitches will leave a lot bigger scar, I guess, than super glue, which I didn't know. And he did a really interesting job too. He super glued the actual cut, but then he did glue for like a big, like 2-inch area around his forehead. So he put a ton of it on there, and then he did 4 or 5 steri strips with the bandage you guys could see on top of it. So he really did a really good job of like really taking care of it. So,
And the glue doesn't hurt.
yes, that's good, huh?
Yeah.
So hopefully Chris just heals really fast. Tell us about that.
I was getting water or something like that, and I was standing on the gymnastics block, but I fell down and hit my chin on the counter.
Yeah, so we have these foam gymnastics blocks you guys have seen, and I think he kind of like went down, and when he landed on the block it was unstable and then banged his chin. But luckily that was very, very tiny. Let me see if we can even see it anymore. You can sort of see it right there, but it was like less than 1/4 of an inch, thank goodness. And then Michael's other owie that he got is on his cheek. I don't think we showed this one really ever, right here. But we have been sent a scooter from the scooter company, and the kids really like the scooters, right, Michael? I'm pretty sure it was his favorite scooter. And we were on a walk, and there was some uneven ground between the crack of the cement, and he hit it. And just so happened that as he fell, the scooter arm twisted and got him right in the cheek. So he had a big circle on his cheek that I've been treating religiously, and now it's just a little half circle there. So it's looking a lot better, but oh my gosh.
It was horrible.
It was a whole circle like in his cheek.
It's the end of the handle where you're supposed to put the rubber handles
Yeah.
on, and the handle wasn't
Yeah.
there. So it was metal, and it went right into his cheek. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rubber handle had come off, and so I emailed the company and I was like, have you guys had any recalls? And the guy's like, oh yeah, our first batch of scooters, and he says something like that. And I said, well, because my son got really hurt using the scooter you sent us, and of course didn't hear from him again. But I wanted to at least let him know that, you know, you gotta be more careful. If you have recalls on stuff that you send as product samples to YouTubers, you really can't like not follow up when there's been a recall on product for safety, because he got really hurt as a result of it. And also, in case you guys are wondering, none of us noticed or realized that the handle had come off Michael's scooter. So it's not like we were like letting him ride a scooter that we knew was broken. It just was one of those things. So anyway,
And then I fell down this way, and then I just got hurt.
yeah. So that's that. We've had a handful of little boy things that have turned into injuries. I've heard that's a thing with mama boys. I'm not a fan. Every time someone gets hurt, I'm like, no, I'm done. Seriously, stop hurting yourself because I care about you. But anyway, Chris, where are you? There's Chris. Any last thoughts?
And it didn't really hurt, but at least like, I didn't need to get stitches. I got it before and they hurt a little.
Yes. When you were, yet another thing, when Chris and Zach were in their bedroom in the dark, and Zach accidentally kicked his lip. It's like the strangest thing ever. He wasn't even like acting like he was hurt. I'm like, you're bleeding. And he's like, I am?
He just kicked me, it just fell over. And I have a light on my bed and I just checked it. And I wiped my lip and looked at like blood. And then I just went out and said, Mommy, I'm bleeding. And then
Yeah, he
I
wasn't
didn't-
sad. He just
and
told
I
me.
didn't notice how bad it was. And then I went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, from now on, we're not going to get hurt ever again. Right?
Yeah.
For your whole life.
And that's really close. I'll try. And that's really close to where I got glued. I got glued here and he got glued here.
Yeah.
And the lips are really painful.
They're very sensitive, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, say goodbye to everybody, and we will check
Bye.
in soon so you guys can see how Chris is doing. Bye.
Bye. Bye.